All right, let's dive into something that's been causing a whole lot of confusion in the AI space, OpenRAG. Now, you hear that name and you think it's one thing, right? Well, it turns out it's actually two totally different and super important ideas. So let's get this sorted out. So at its core, you've got retrieval augmented generation, or RAG, as everybody calls it. It's honestly one of the most exciting things happening in AI. The idea is just brilliant. Instead of an LLM only knowing what it was trained on, it can reach out and grab real-time data from your documents to answer questions. It's all about connecting the AI to your world. But, that simple idea leads to a really tough question for anyone trying to build this stuff. That journey from a cool demo to a system that actually works in the real world, yeah, it's packed with all sorts of hidden problems. And when developers and researchers hit those roadblocks, a lot of them have started pointing to this powerful new solution, a name you've probably been hearing everywhere lately, OpenRAG. It really seems like it's the answer. And this is where it gets fun. Because as soon as you go looking for OpenRAG, you realize, wait a minute, it's not one thing. It's two completely different projects, both absolutely critical for AI's future that just happen to have the exact same name. So on one side, you've got OpenRAG, the super advanced AI research framework. And on the other, you have OpenRAG, the ready-to-go AI deployment platform. Two projects, one name. Today, we're going to explain both of them. Okay, so to really get a handle on both of these projects, we first have to talk about the core problem they're both trying to fix. It's a tricky, but super important issue in all RAG systems that the smart folks call the relevance gap. For decades, we've had this whole field called information retrieval, or IR. Just think of it as the engine behind Google search, right? You ask a question, it finds a document with the answer. Sounds straightforward, but it turns out what works for a search engine can actually mess things up for a RAG system. This diagram just lays it out perfectly. Up top, traditional search is all about QA relevance, question answering relevance. It's just trying to find the one document that contains the answer. But RAG, down at the bottom, it needs something totally different. It needs documents that give the LLM the right context to generate a new answer. The document isn't the final product, it's just fuel for the AI's engine. And this really breaks down into three key differences you can see here. First, the task scope. RAG is being used for way more than just simple questions. Second, the document's role. It's not the answer anymore, it's just helpful context. And finally, query complexity. RAG has to deal with our messy, conversational, chat-like questions. Because of this gap, a retriever built for old-school search can actually make a RAG system perform worse. So, with that problem clear, let's look at the first OpenRAG. This is the academic approach, the one that's all about fixing that relevance gap right at the algorithmic level. This project comes from a team of researchers at the Hong Kong University of Science and Technology. And their goal wasn't to build a big platform. No, they wanted to fundamentally re-engineer the retriever itself, to teach it how to find documents that are genuinely useful for an LLM, not just for a person. And their method, shown here, is just brilliant. They set up this two-stage training process where the LLM pretty much becomes the teacher. It tries to answer a question using different documents, and then it gives feedback, kind of like a thumbs up or thumbs down, on how useful each document actually was. That feedback then gets used to retrain the retriever. It's like showing it two documents and saying, hey, this one was better, go find more like this. They're basically teaching the retriever to think like an LLM. So, the big question, does it work? You bet. The results from their paper are pretty impressive. By training the retriever this way, they saw a solid 4.0% average performance boost over the standard off-the-shelf retriever. But this right here is the real kicker. They found that a relatively small retriever model, once it was properly tuned up, could actually get better results than just dropping in a massive, way more expensive LLM that was 40 times its size. So the takeaway here is huge. It means that for a lot of tasks, making the information you feed the AI better is more powerful than just making the AI itself bigger. A smarter retriever can totally beat a bigger model. Okay, so that's the science of making the retriever better. Now let's switch gears and look at the second OpenRAG, which tackles the exact same problem from a totally different angle: engineering. This is the hands-on solution for developers who need to build and deploy these things in the real world. This OpenRAG is an open-source platform that brings together three amazing tools: First, you've got Docling from IBM, which can intelligently parse even the ugliest, messiest documents. Then there's Langflow, which lets you visually map out your entire data workflow. And finally, OpenSearch gives you a powerful, enterprise-grade search engine to handle all the storage and retrieval. And the whole process is incredibly clear. First, you upload your docs. Docling comes in and cleans them up. Then Langflow takes over and orchestrates the next steps, chunking the documents into smaller bits and creating numerical versions or embeddings for each piece. Those all get indexed in OpenSearch. And then you can just start chatting with your data with an agent that finds the right info to give you a sourced answer.
See, the whole point here is to solve the hard, unglamorous problems that most online tutorials just gloss over. We're talking about bad document quality that breaks your system, search that doesn't work at scale, and the absolute headache of actually deploying the whole thing. This platform is built for production from the ground up.
So there we have it. Two very different projects sharing one name. Let's pull this all together and make sure the picture is perfectly clear. How do these two things relate? This table really makes the distinction crystal clear. Let's look at the primary goal. The framework is all about optimizing one piece, while the platform is about deploying the whole system. The target user? Researchers for the framework, engineers for the platform. Their key technology is totally different. One is advanced machine learning, the other is integrating powerful tools. And that brings us to their main contribution. One pushes forward the science of retrieval, and the other speeds up the engineering of it. So the next time you hear someone say OpenRAG, you'll know exactly what to ask. Are we talking about the science or the engineering, the algorithm or the architecture? Because really, both are pushing the entire field forward, just from two different but equally important directions. And that leaves us with one last thing to think about. As we keep building more powerful AI, where's the next big breakthrough going to come from? Is it going to be a smarter algorithm, or a better architecture, a better component, or a better system? Definitely something to chew on. Thanks for watching.